As some of you may remember, way back in March when I did my Brave Heroes video, I promised you guys a Farfetched Heroes summoning focus. While I've had the skills and honestly the script too done for months, I just haven't bothered to record it. Yeah, boo all you want, I just had a lot on my plate. I was originally going to release my dancer video first, but after a certain character was teased last night, I decided to push forward with this one first. So you have that one tweet to thank for this video finally showing up in your sub boxes. Welcome to my Theorycrafting builds for new heroes. Near Valor, the winners of the highest ranked heroes in Choose Your Legends 3 who aren't in the game yet. A few notes before I begin. First of all, these are not the top 4 most popular characters not in this game. That said, I had a reason for skipping all the ones that I have. First of all, Leaf and Thraseer aren't going to be in because they're story units. I have no doubts that IS did not plan to make Loki join the Asgardians of the story at any point, which is why she was made an exception last year. I imagine they will become available at the end of Book 3, just like Cert and his daughters. And I already built a version of Jill, which you can see in my Bjork and Lagoon summoning focus video. That said, the 4 units who I introduced are still highly sought after, and I can only hope that I've done them justice. Renea is a Regalian noble who, perchance, fell in love with Prince Berkut. Despite Berkut's need to prove himself and lust for the throne, Renea never wanted to be an empress. She just wanted to be there for Berkut. And yes, I made her epithet Berkut's Flame. I imagine that half of you are forming a lynch mob at this very moment, which I wholeheartedly welcome. Rage is good sometimes. Renea here is an anti-mage staff refresher. Her weapon is Silence Plus, which reduces the attack power of foes after combat. Her support skill is Anew, which is a version of dancing or singing skills in Fire Emblem Echoes. While Faye was the only one able to use that spell in-game, giving it to Renea works too, since Faye is already in the game under a different class line, while Renea has no defined spell list. A lot of her major moments are tied to dancing as well. While Anew isn't technically a dance in itself, it does make Renea as a character the closest we have to a dancer in Valentia. And yes, it also heals. Not by a lot, though. In the one combat where Renea is around, she's carrying a prayer ring, which seems to be the Valentian equivalent of the miracle skill. Therefore, that's her special here. Her A passive is Water Boost 3. This is a skill that Renea shares with Berkut. It felt right for them to both share a skill, and this one was the one that fit the best. It also serves to support her already high resistance. Renea's C passive is Joint Fortify Res, a new skill. Since Renea's resistance is just so high, it makes sense to further increase that. And we do need more Joint Fortify skills in this game. The daughter of Cordelia, one of Crom's shepherds, Severa grew up with a dislike for Crom, due to feeling that her mother cared more for him than she did for Severa. When Lucina traveled back in time to change the future, Severa ended up coming with. Eventually, however, she was forced to face Crom and her mother in battle, when her ring, a gift from Cordelia, was stolen by the Sage Nelson. Eventually, though, the ring was secured, and after some heartfelt words with her mother, Severa chose to join the Shepherds. While Severa usually uses a sword, she already has an alternate version, Selena, who wields one. Because of that, we're using her secondary weapon type, the bow. In this case, she wields a new version of the bow Parthia, called Parallel Parthia, since she technically comes from an alternate future. This weapon grants its user resistance plus 3 and multicolored Tonebreaker. Severa's support skill is Rally Up Attack Plus, referencing her use of the skill Attack Emblem in Cypher. Severa returns in Fire Emblem Fates under the pseudonym Selena, as mentioned previously, named for Selene, the Greek goddess of the moon. Her Japanese pseudonym is even more direct, simply calling her Luna. With names such as that, it only made sense for Severa to receive the Luna Special. Being a mercenary, Severa received the second member of the bounty skill line I created for my Magvel focus, Sacred Strength. Specifically, Severa has attack resistance bounty, since her weapon is built to withstand magic users. It grants her attack res plus 6 whenever she deals the killing blow to an enemy, though she also takes 6 damage. That boost lasts until the start of her next turn. Severa's C passive is the same skill that she has in Heroes, as Selena. It felt right for her to share one skill with her alternate version. Rinkah is the heir to the chieftainship of the Flame Clan, and is the Hoshidan counterpart to Flora. Solitary and stoic, she was trained for that position since birth. Rinkah joined the Hoshidan army under the orders of her father, the current chief, and was the one who brought Corrin to meet the Hoshidan royal family. Her weapon is the self-named Rinkah's Club, a 16-might personal weapon that carries the effects of Rinkah's personal skill, Fiery Blood, by raising her attack by 4 when not at full health. The A-slot skill chosen is Brazen Attack Defense 4, introducing a new limit broken skill and working alongside her weapon. The rest of her skills are all class skills. Shove and Seal Resistance are both skills of the Oni Savage, her base class. Her use of the Vengeance comes from her promoted class, Oni Chieftain, being the most similar skill already in the game to the class skill Counter. Special event to go along with this summoning focus will be a Tempest Trial. The final map will be based around the 4th paralogue of Fire Emblem Awakening, called Anna the Merchant. As is befitting of a map with that name, the main boss of the trial will be Anna, though not the one we know. Since Anna was the highest voted unit to make this list, she's the one who will be available in the Tempest Trial. This is the version of Anna that was actually made available in Fire Emblem Awakening. A tricky merchant, there are 2 things that are important to her: money and her widely extended family of Annas. Part of me feels like her use in Awakening was almost a parody of Anna over the history of the franchise. Anna was built around the idea of being a healer, despite being a sword unit in this case. This is because, in Awakening, Anna's class could wield both swords and staves. Most of her skills, right down to the weapon itself, are either supporting her healing abilities or keeping her safe during the enemy phase. Even her stats, leaning towards speed and defense, are more about survivability than combat ability. Her weapon is the Soothing Sword. Since she's a healing unit, giving her the Healing Sword from that game felt like it made the most sense. It's a 14-might inheritable weapon that provides Renewal 3 to its user. Her support skill also came from her abilities as a healer. By being given Ardent Sacrifice, Anna can still heal her allies, while having the damage taken from doing that healing repaired by her weapon during the next player phase. The natural A passive of this Anna is Attack Defense Bomb 3. Not only does it push for her being better when near other units, but it also reflects Anna's abilities in Cypher. In Cypher Series 1, Anna gets more attack when near other Annas. While we aren't being that specific here, the idea of her having more attack power when surrounded by her allies still fits. Her B passive is Vantage. This serves as both a mechanical and a referential purpose. First of all, it's a skill that's known by Commander Anna, her alternate universe version. Also, a skill called Vantage, a word meaning having a great view or starting position, seems like the perfect skill for any and all Annas to have. Finally, it keeps her safer after healing. A single use of Ardent Sacrifice will put her just on the edge of the cap for Vantage 3, allowing its activation when foes come to attack her. Finally, Anna's C passive is Breath of Life. Since she's meant to be a healing unit, she needs more ways to heal her allies than simply Ardent Sacrifice. As a whole, Anna has an extremely gimmicky, yet fun character design. Maybe one of my favorites that I've made for that reason. Since Renea was teased for the upcoming Dancers banner, chances are she won't be in this one, so that's probably where Jill will come in, because there's no way Jill will not actually be in the actual version of this summoning focus that's in the game. I do actually have an idea for one more video based on the Choose Your Legends results, but you'll have to wait until after my next video to see what I have in store for that. If you liked any of my builds, be sure to like the video. If you liked the video itself, be sure to subscribe, and expect to see more of these coming real soon. Goodbye.